Welcome everybody. Today's session is going to combine some light movement and some breath techniques that really help relax the muscles in the neck and the shoulders and the throat, our secondary or our accessory respiratory muscles. A lot of times through stress, tension, worry, rushing around, we start breathing up here, and this is a breath that's more related to anxiety and stress and all of those things I mentioned just a little while ago. So today we're really going to focus on breathing from where we were intended to breathe from the place we took our very first breath from when we entered this world, and that is the diaphragm. So we can really start to relax some of that chronic tension that we end our day with. So we'll get started.
Find your comfortable seated position, palms facing up, putting you in a receiving position. We come to our mat to receive something from this practice, something that makes us feel whole. We let the practice serve us. We do not serve the practice. With your eyes closed or your gaze soft, checking in with those three realms: your physical presence, how are your muscles and your bones today, the quality of your breathing, bringing your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your heart, just so you can track that breath with a little bit more ease. Where do you feel your breath the most? Is it up high? Is it down low? Do you feel it in your back body or your side body? Just listen. Listen to the feedback your body has for you. The third realm, your mind. Where are your thoughts today? What stands out? What's highlighted? Your belly, your ribs, your heart space, all expanding with the three-part Dirga breath. This is the most common breath that I tend to use in my practices. Relax your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, and smooth out your forehead. Feel your temples relax. Perhaps take a swallow at the end of your next exhalation, relaxing your throat. Your low back relaxes, and you feel that great energy line moving up your spine.
So now that our breath has settled down a little bit, your body is a little bit more relaxed, your mind just a little calmer, we're going to do an exercise. So I want you to pick a point out in front of you, maybe about 3 or 4 feet out in front. We'll bring our hands to the diaphragm. So right where you feel that little arch in the rib cage, we'll place our hands. And pull your shoulders back. And let's close our eyes again. Can you feel the expansion of the diaphragm as you take your breath in, and feel everything soften back in, complete exhalation. So take a few more rounds like this with your eyes closed. And let's relax the arms here for a moment. Find that spot once again that you picked out. We'll bring our hands once again to the diaphragm. And I want you to really zero in on that point. Bring all of your focus and complete attention on that point. Nothing else is in your vision. Your peripheral vision has closed in and you are only on that point. And while you're here, focusing only on that one point, notice what has happened in your diaphragm. Did it constrict? Does it feel a little tighter? Your diaphragm mimics what your eyes are doing. So if you tune in and zone in, your diaphragm's going to tighten up. So imagine all day long when we're looking at our computers, at our screens, we're focusing how that can contribute to the constriction of the diaphragm. Therefore, we're not getting a full, easy, patient, calm breath in. We're getting a tight, stressed breath, and oftentimes it starts to radiate up into our neck and our shoulders and our throat, offering all that tightness that we end up with at the end of the day. So, second part of this exercise, we'll find that point. And this time I want you to open your eyes really wide, so as you take your breaths in and out, you can see not just the peripheral, but maybe even slightly further back. And notice, just with opening your gaze, how that changed your posture, how that opens the diaphragm. So on your own, practice zeroing in on something, watch what it does to the body, and opening up the peripheral and watching what it does to the body.
Relaxing your hands down once again on your knees. We set an intention for our practice. An intention is a desire. It doesn't have a shape, but it sends you in a very purposeful direction. Draw that intention in, send it out with an exhalation, and let it guide your path. So we're going to bring our right ear to our right shoulder. Send your left arm out, and if you'd like, you can use your right hand to guide your head down. You don't want to pull, you don't want to force. Oftentimes we're so tight in this area that we don't even have to use our hand. Relax your jaw, and you want to keep your knees so they're settled down towards the ground. Oftentimes if your upper body is doing something, your low body starts to join in. Let's flip our palm up on a breath in, and as you exhale, drop the fingertips down on that left hand. You can play around, drawing your chin to your chest, see if that changes the profile of this posture. Flipping the palm back up, make a fist and draw your knuckles down towards the ground, getting into your forearm, your wrist, the tops of the hands, and breathe. Use your right hand to prop your head up. It's a pretty deep opening for the neck, and let's notice the difference between the two sides. Heading into the other side, remember ear to shoulder, not your shoulder to your ear. Send your right arm out. You want your arm to be in the same line as your shoulder. Take a few breaths in and out here. We're opening up the tissue around the median nerve that runs from the neck down the arm. So if you feel any resistance in that space, you just hold it a little bit longer. Breathe a little bit longer. Flip the palm up on a breath in, and as you exhale, drop your fingertips down. Chin towards your chest. Trying not to lean over to one side, equal weight on both sit bones. And remember, you're not grabbing your head, you're just guiding. Belly, ribs, heart space, all expanding with breath. Flip the palm back up, make a fist, and draw your knuckles down towards the ground, getting into your forearm, your wrist, and the top of your hand. Prop your head up using your hand and pause. Turning to the side, let's send our legs straight out to start to unlock your hamstrings. Take a forward fold. It doesn't matter how far you can go down. You want to relax your arms, your elbows, your shoulders, chin towards your chest. It's a pretty passive back position. Elbows soft, hands soft. And we're taking advantage of our torso being pressed against our legs as you inhale and press your belly out. And of course, that's a very unusual way of breathing. Usually as we inhale, our belly comes in. Here in this yoga practice, belly presses out, massaging the internal organs, the intestinal tract. Releasing it out. Slide the hands back behind you, your fingertips facing your heels. Point your toes, lift off, nice counter posture, reverse plank. If this is too much for some of you, bend the knees, come on into reverse tabletop. Lift your hips up high. Knees are right above your ankles, opening up the heart space, cracking it right open, maybe letting out a couple little stones or pebbles along the way. So legs are crossed. And now we're going to cross them in the opposite way so the less dominant leg is in front. Plant your fingertips back behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale as you open the heart. Hold your breath in. Exhale, reach forward. And don't strain to reach. Hold your breath out. And we're going to repeat that a few times. Inhale, hands come back. Inhale a little bit more, holding that breath in. Exhale as you reach forward. And it really depends on how long you can hold your breath in and out. You don't want to go to the point where you feel anxious. You challenge yourself, but you make sure it's sustainable. So repeat. Again, if you're practicing on your own, take as many of these that feel good for your body. We'll take one more here together. Lifting back up. Send your legs straight out, flex your feet, spread your toes, sit bones back behind you, forward fold, second round. See what is starting to open up for you in the hamstrings, in the calf muscles, in the low back, in the shoulders. Slide your hands back, lift off, reverse plank, reverse tabletop, your choice. This is a great way to open up the pectoral wall, all of those muscles that shorten with posture deficits from sitting at our computer, hunching forward over things all the time. So as you exhale next, let's reach the hands forward, legs are crossed, and when you need to take a breath in, we're going to lift off into a variation of upward facing dog. Your knees are down, your feet are crossed, we're opening the heart. Exhale, sink it back, seated position, legs crossed, arms extend. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, variation up dog. Exhale, sink it back. Make sure as you drop your hips down, you pull your shoulders back, shine the heart forward, sink it back, sit bones touch down, squeezing and soaking all of the cartilage in the hips, the knees, the ankles. Lift off, wide stanced down dog. So your feet are touching the edges of the mat. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Hips are lifted, head is hanging. You're looking right between your feet. Few breaths here. And when you're ready, let's jump our feet towards our hands, coming into Malasana, garland pose, or deep squat, and Personally, I like to rock from side to side, bringing some mobility in the shoulders. If your knees feel a little fussy, they don't want to do anything like this, you just modify. You come up a little higher, dropping the shoulders, alternating. Otherwise, we bring it back down. As you rock from right to left, you can lift off of that opposite foot a little bit. If you want to deepen this, getting into the pelvic area, elbows to the knees, hands together, hinge your upper body forward. You can also modify, lifting up a little bit. So we want the area of the pelvis to be really open. There's a natural oscillation that takes place. And when we're tight in that area, as the lungs fill and empty, that oscillation in the pelvis doesn't happen as openly as it can. So we want to keep that space open. Coming up into 5-point star, lifting up, feet are wide. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Let's step the feet hip width apart. A little bit of a flow coming up. Again, all in an effort to open up the pelvis, shoulders, and all of those secondary respiratory muscles. So reach the arms up, exhale, forward fold. Grab onto opposite elbows or forearms and just let your upper body sway from side to side. Shake the head out. Our heads weigh something like 8 or 10 pounds, so your poor little neck constantly holding up that weight. We just let our whole upper body stretch out the low body. The next time you are to the right, let's sweep up all the way to the right, stretch it out at the top, come all the way around, swing right through, slight bend to the knees. Take it around again and again. Big stretch at the top, and let's reverse the direction. Bend the knees as you swing around. Protect your knee joints. Your feet are hip width apart, toes forward. Alignment is key. And let's float the arms down, coming to the top of the mat once again. Interlace your fingers. Let's squeeze our shoulder blades together. Hinging forward, again, slight bend to the knees. Some of you may want to try pressing the heels of your hands together. If this doesn't feel good on your shoulders, you can try grabbing onto opposite forearms as well. Let's lift all the way up on a breath in, slight arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale, chair pose. If your shoulders and neck feel really tight, keep your arms in front. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Take a half lift, make room for that inhalation. Forward fold, step or jump back. Plank or modified plank into cobra. Open the heart. Exhale down. Curl the toes under, lift off into down dog. You can hold down dog as long as you want, depending on your time. Otherwise, step it forward, high lunge, hands to the hips to start. Deep breath in as you reach your arms up. Sinking it down. Forward fold. Do the other side. And then we step forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Take a half lift. Fold. Step it back. Lower down. Inhale. And exhale. Right foot steps forward, coming into low lunge. Reach the arms up, fingers in temple. Let's arch up and over to the right. So opening up that entire left side body. Exhale, left hand comes down. We lift off of that left knee. Circle up the right arm. Step it back, down dog. Left foot steps forward, right knee down. Fingers in temple. Your fingers are interlaced except for the index fingers. They are sticking straight up. Right hand down, left arm reaches up. big circles with that left arm. Mobility, blood flow. Step the right foot forward. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale. Hands float down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Scoop up your big toes. Draw your upper body down towards your legs. Your head once again hanging. Your elbows bent out to the side. Holding here. And let this posture go where it needs to go. Half lift. Wrap your arms around your legs with bent knees, and then you straighten out without letting go of your grasp. Let your head hang. As you take your breath in, you'll feel your lungs pressing into your back body. It's such a great feeling. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step it back, knees drop. Come on into child's pose. So just a couple more postures remaining. You can have your arms extended. You could have your arms down by your side. Slowing our breath down. Coming into tabletop. Threading the needle. This is one of my favorites. Reach the right arm up. Feel the stickiness in the body. If it still exists, let's thread the right arm through. And you're down on that right shoulder. You can extend your left arm up or place the left hand towards the corner of the mat. There's lots of variations of this posture. For more advanced practitioners, you send your left leg straight back or straight up. But for us here today, let's just relax into this, getting into the shoulder blade, the rhomboid muscles, the teres major, teres minor around the shoulders. Inhale, left side. Thread it through so you get a better look on this side. Reach the right arm up. And soften into this. A lot of times we work way too hard. Extend your arm up, extend it towards the corner, your choice. So bring your knees wide, big toes touching, dropping into a variation of child's pose. Your hands slide underneath your forehead. Your belly relaxing. Let gravity take hold of all of the internal organs. Feel your ribs soften. The light flexibility of the rib cage as you take your easy breaths in, easy breaths out. Your whole body feeling satisfied. So we'll make our way now down onto our back. Before we go, you can just assess how your body feels. We're going to make our way into bridge pose. Feet are hip width apart. You want to feel your entire spine on the mat. And as you lift off, reach your arms up over your head, lift your hips, look in the direction of your belly. Exhale, roll down. You want to feel every vertebrae touch down. Your low back touches. We lift right back up. Inhale, lift. Press into all four corners of your feet. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax down. And of course, you can do as many of these as you'd like. Float your arms down. Send the left leg straight up. Lengthen and bring it down. Right leg straight up. Lengthen, bring it down. Coming into our final posture. I always encourage you to have socks, blankets, a little eye pillow, anything that makes this posture as comfortable as possible. Establish a starting point for your final scan. Let your awareness wash down the crown of the head, your face, your neck, your shoulders. Feel a warmth moving down your arms, your torso, your hips. Feel it spreading down the tops of the legs, the back of the legs, into your feet and every toe, your whole body relaxed. At any point in time, you can invite movement back in. We have limited time together, so we'll start drawing the knees in. Let your body fall over to one side. You can make your way back up into a seated position. Bringing your hands together, checking back in with that intention you set in the beginning. Hopefully your practice brought you closer to that intention. Thumbs to the forehead, think good thoughts. Thumbs to the mouth, speak kind words. Thumbs to your heart, do good things. Namaste.